How do social justice and caring for the earth connect in Chicago? 24 youth joined seminary students last July to find out during a day of youth empowerment and connection to the earth at Vernon Park Gardens in Chicago's West Woodlawn neighborhood. Let's find out more with Reverend Harriet Dart, a board member from Off the Pews and a pastor in the United Church of Christ. We also welcome Donnell Williams, also an Off the Pew board member and part of Sunshine Gospel Ministries. And we welcome DeJuan Sutherland, a 7th grader at Fisk Elementary School. Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for inviting us.
So tell me about the gardens. Who do they serve? Where is it located?
Vernon Gardens was created in a vacant lot in the West Woodlawn neighborhood, a few blocks south of the University of Chicago. And it serves both the neighbors and different organizations that come there to do things.
So the gardens had a Youth Empowerment Day. Tell me about that.
We're big on trying to give our kids as much exposure to different things as possible. And with that day, we were just trying to give them head knowledge about the garden and how that ties in to the community and how that can empower them to care for their neighborhood through a garden in their neighborhood.
DeJuan, you participated in the garden. Can you tell me about what those weeks were like for you?
I had fun. I met new people and I did new things, and I just planted flowers and dug dirt, and what else I did? And that about it, yeah.
So you really enjoyed the experience of it. What were you doing hands-on?
Mm-hmm.
But that's part of a bigger mission. The mission of Off the Pews is about anti-violence. Can you talk about how that's related to gardening?
Definitely with the anti-violence, I'll definitely speak on that. And I think since one summer Chicago, since it started, it's if a kid's employed over the course of the summer, the violence rate and everything has been dropped. And so for a lot of our kids, they just didn't meet those age requirements to be part of One Summer Chicago, on top of giving them empowerment about themselves. What Off the Pews was able to do with this garden piece was give our kids responsibility because they had jobs to do, while also empowering them to learn about new things. They were forced to work with people that they may not even talk to as much, as well as respecting each other and learning about the garden and how it ties into humanity.
Violence comes from fear and mistrust and the lack of resources to meet one's need. And in the garden, the young people saw that food and healing herbs were produced as a direct result of their action. And so they could see how that worked related exactly. So they were empowered to do something about their own circumstances.
So lip balm? You made lip balm?
Well, I didn't make it, but I helped make it.
Mm-hmm.
But the girls made it.
Uh-huh. But you were help.
But he knows how to make it if necessary.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So were there any teachable moments or stories from the summer that you could share?
I think for the most part, respect and empowerment was definitely a message that was delivered all around the board. Our kids were exposed to some white people that they're not used to, right? Seeing and it not really being a weird thing, but getting to know people and respect like who they are, and the color and where they're from is not, at the end of the program, was not really a factor. It was more so that, hey, this person took his time to get to know me and teach me something new, and it was fun and exciting. And so that's what it's about.
Did you get to meet a lot of people?
Yeah.
So there were people from a seminary there.
What do you mean?
Asha and
Josh?
Olivia.
Ashe.
Asha, Olivia.
Oh, yeah.
And you got to know them, but maybe didn't know they were in seminary.
No.
But sometimes it's just about building relationships.
And the planting of the herbs, that was, I don't know whether you planted herbs. You said you planted flowers.
Like I planted cucumbers, I think it was. Wait, can you plant cucumbers?
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, it was cucumbers, carrots, watermelons.
I think the kids were given a choice to plant something that they were somewhat interested in or passionate about or felt strongly about planting.
And peppers. That's what it was.
Peppers.
Cool.
And the Shea women showed how we used a Native American ritual of burning the sage.
Oh, yeah.
Can you say more about that?
Well, it was a creed, I think it was, and then that's when we had to hold it and then make an etch and then pass it, and then I forgot the creed, but it was a creed.
Right, and it was to honor your ancestors and to bless the ground for growing. So it was really a connection to the earth and the past and the future and the power that's in the earth.
So you two are a part of Off the Pews. Can you talk about how that organization got started and why you're involved?
The Chicago Metropolitan Association of the United Church of Christ is divided into different clusters. And I'm a part of a cluster in the northern suburbs in the northern part of Chicago. And cluster 6 is on the south side. And they said, what can we do to occupy our youth, to give them opportunities? And the violence in our communities are just so bad. What can we do to impact it? And so they came up with the idea of Off the Pews to engage young people in a variety of things. And the things we've had barbershop talks where we brought 3 barbers into Hyde Park's Arts Center, and given free haircuts. And my dad was a barber, so the stories that men learn. It's the journey from a youth to adulthood in the barbershop that occurs. And that was one of the things that we've done. We've done some manicures for the girls. And we have an intergenerational concert. There's opportunities to sing and dance. Again, that's held, actually concert is at Hyde Park Union Church. So it's not happening when we stay inside our church. We like to go to church on Sunday and worship, but we've got to impact the world around us, So Jesus went out and got his feet dirty walking in sandals. And what can we do when we get off the pews and go out into the streets? And so that's how the name came, and we came up with some different ideas. Reverend Verdi Powers, our associate conference minister, helped generate it, as well as Dr. Sammy Dorich, a retired college instructor.
What is it that you think makes your ministry effective with kids?
I think in addition to allowing them to be introduced to Christ, one of the key factors that we do is come alongside our kids and take the necessary time to build relationships with them that are full of trust and genuine love and honoring God.
Thank you, Harriet, Donnell, and Dewan.
Thank you, Fran.
I'm Liz Dunn for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.